Where were the Minions during World War II? Okay, at the start of the Minions movie, we learn that they've been around since the dawn of time. They're like seemingly immortal or something. They go out through history and they're always serving evil, and eventually they end up working for Napoleon Bonaparte. During the Battle of Waterloo in 1816, they accidentally shoot a cannon at Napoleon and his army ends up chasing them all off. They flee and find themselves in an ice cave where they hide out until 1968. Okay, I promise this is going to get more interesting. So, looking at Reddit, people seem to think for whatever reason the Minions were hiding in Antarctica. But the wiki says that they were in either Russia or Alaska. But the only shot we see of them fleeing Napoleon's army was running away on foot. And since Waterloo took place in Belgium, that means that the Minions can't be in either Alaska or Antarctica. Okay, they needed to flee somewhere that would have permafrost and ice caves. So that means that the wiki could be onto something by saying that they were hiding out in Russia. Now later on, we see 3 Minions leave the cave to go find a new master. I'm not going to include the part of the movie where the rest of the Minions leave, because, like, they understand evil, but not geography. They show India right next to Australia and then go from India to California. Those first 3, they arrive in New York, right? So first we have to look at how they got there. They first exit into a frozen wasteland, and then they traverse on mountaintops, and then they go through a taiga forest into a flatland that leads to a beach with a small outcropping, and from there they ride a rowboat to New York. So in order for them to get there, they would have to be going by riding currents, right? The entire time. Even if it's a weak one, there's no way that a rowboat would be fast enough to be able to paddle against a current. Barring strong currents, we see that there's one clear path that leads off the shores of the Siberian Sea. And that's great, but now we actually have to find where the cave is. Okay, so the beach they landed on had a small outcropping. So first, we find that. And check, we're good. Next, let's look at flatlands. Now, we follow these all the way into the taiga of Russia's Thousand Tree Forest. And after that, we hit the Kolyma Mountains. From there, we follow them all the way along until we get to a tundra. Now, that's going to lead us south of a village called Nutapelman. From here, I had to scour this whole tundra and find a sheer cliff like we see in the movie, and it could possibly have an ice cave. Now, I can't confirm whether or not these actually have ice caves. Now, I looked at every single mountain face I could find in this area, and there were several contenders, but there was only one that had a specific element to it that made all of the others useless. Let's take a look at that shot once more when they leave the cave, okay? You see those rocks right there? You see this rock right here? Am I crazy? Yeah, probably, but I think I located exactly where the Minions were during World War II. But the craziest part of this whole thing is when we zoom in and we look even closer, we see Kevin.